This is the 2013 Aloha Clinic training videos. This is the blocking plays section. We're going to open right up with continuous blocking. Play number one, we're going to focus on the highlighted player at the bottom of the screen. He comes out and he does engage legally from the front, and you can see that it ends up being a low block from the side. This is a legal block because it's continuous action. He started high in the right position in a legal block formation, never lost contact, and slid down, finishing his block low, making this a legal block. This is a great job by the crew for recognizing that, seeing the entire play, and not throwing a flag on this. Play number two is another continuous block. Look at this running back here. Now, some people will say you can go either way on that, and I think you're right if you say that. But my preference is that this is a no call, and a good one in this game. You can see they're engaged, a little bit of holding going on, and at the last minute you see a surge that he gets the guy on the thigh and pushes him off. The continuous contact aspect of this is they're engaged the whole time. You can see the defender's left arm is still on the blocker when he comes back and gets him. There's no real danger with this type of block, which is why I like the no call. Nice job. Play number three, I say making up a low block because an illegal low block was called on this play, and I just can't find it anywhere. And every now and then it's a good idea to put a play like this in to allow guys to see it, recalibrate how things are going. Let's focus on the guy on the left first. He has a high hit and he whiffs, falls to the ground. Nothing happens over there, although this is where the flag ends up. So again, he just whiffs him, falls to the ground. There's nobody else there. The previous guy that I had highlighted was the guy on the right. Go back and take a look at him, and he engages high, and he does end up going low, but he more or less just falls down, and then a guy kind of trips over the back of him. I'm not sure what initiated this flag, but this is a good play to look at. Evaluate how you process football and how you process the play, and make sure you're seeing what you think you're seeing so that we can provide an equitable officiating job for all teams throughout the entire season. Play number four, it was a close one when I first saw it. Pay no attention to the two dark colored jerseys. Watch that guy I highlighted. He comes out, looks like a low block, although he didn't really take the guy down. There wasn't a lot of impact on it. But that's not the reason why I don't consider this an illegal low block. I don't consider it an illegal low block because the defender came in and left his feet. And the blocker was never really aiming low. Defender up off of his feet. The blocker catches him in the upper thigh as a result of that. Umpire's watching it the entire time. I just like that this was not called an illegal low block. And I like the fact that I can see the umpire taking a look at the entire process, evaluating it, and determining that same thing. Nice job. This next play, the action happens after a turnover, but I'm going to start by looking at the formation. If there wasn't a turnover, there's no legal low blocking on the line on this play because the defense is not within a yard. So remember that for future plays. Now, the situation I want to bring up in this play is the quarterback who fumbled or messed up the handoff is going to try to make a tackle, and in the process misses, or the guy dodges him, and then another guy gets taken out low as a result. I don't like this call as an illegal low block because it really wasn't. He was trying to make a tackle. There was another guy there that kind of falls over him. Not really a good call. And if the high school rules will allow you to tack this on, then I think you're really giving that team a huge advantage by calling that penalty when, in fact, he was just trying to make a tackle. Before we start talking about the free blocking zone plays and the videos that I have selected, I'm going to talk to you about a free blocking zone philosophy that we implemented here in Hawaii last year. It is to help us to better interpret and to understand the intent of the free blocking zone rule as it relates to the ball being in or out of the free blocking zone. So this is the text as we've written it. In shotgun formation, free blocking zone, legal blocks below the waist have to be initiated simultaneously with the snap and in accordance with the free blocking zone rule. In order for linemen to legally block below the waist in a shotgun formation, they must be in a 3, 4, or set position with hand or hands below the knees. Players with both hands on or above the knees will be prohibited from low blocking in a shotgun formation. I know this is kind of a lot to take in, but I think there have been some rule change suggestions made to that effect. It makes it much easier for us to officiate the game. And now I'm going to show you some plays as to why we feel so strongly about utilizing this philosophy to help us with the National Federation low blocking rule. Play number 6. Let's get into these free blocking zone plays. Now the left guard, he's kind of hard to see because he's buried in there. He's in a 2-point stance, and he does go up, reset, comes down with a low block. That was number 57. We've got a few different looks at this and a number of different plays that we're going to be able to discuss this philosophy that we're talking about. 57. You can see the low block, ball's already out of the zone. We're going to highlight that a little bit closer as we start to mark the lines that we're referring to. The red line is the line of scrimmage. The blue line is the back of the free blocking zone. So you can see that when the ball is snapped, it almost immediately is out of the zone. And we'll stop it right here, put our lines back. This is when the ball's exiting the zone, and 57 at this point now is just starting to go down, and the ball is clearly out of the zone. That's why we feel this is an illegal low block, because it is in accordance exactly with the way the rule is intended. The ball's out of the zone, you cannot low block. It has to be initiated immediately at the snap, and hopefully that contact is why the ball's still there. Here's another one. You can see the right guard in this play, and that defender, he may even be more than a yard off the line of scrimmage, but even if he weren't, let's take a look at the position of the ball when the downward portion of that block is initiated, which I think is really the key. This is after the snap. The red arrow shows the ball already out of the zone. The blue arrow shows the blocker going down after that ball left the zone. So again, this is a foul. The back judge caught this one. Almost impossible for a back judge to catch a guard low block, but he did, and I like the call. Here's another one. Shotgun formation, right guard. Look at the distance. Almost impossible for an official really to determine where the ball is, which is why we wanted to go with this philosophy, because we felt that if a player in this position with the ball already leaving has to shift and dive, there's no question that he's going to be late and not in accordance with the intent of the National Federation's safety aspect of this rule. Ball's out. Now watch him shoot out and create this low block. And that's why we're putting such an emphasis on the safety of the player's knees in these kinds of situations, because it really wasn't intended for a shotgun. Now here's a guy in a 3-point stance, which doesn't mean you can't illegally low block, but we're going to at least allow him the opportunity to.